right, so what we got today? Well, got my old drilled well here. I've got city water, had it for years and years. This well's been under this trash can for quite a while because I ran over it and busted the cap. So I feel like today's the day I'm gonna pull the wire and the water line and the pump out of the well. Don't use it, don't need it. The well was starting to go bad before I got city water. It didn't have enough water to maintain, so like you couldn't even wash a load of clothes, it would quit. So we hauled water for quite a while before we got the city water. So got the city water, had it for years. Much easier than dealing with a well that don't produce much water. So I feel like we're gonna just pull this out today. Still got all the wiring in it. I'm going to use the wiring for something else, but I wanted to get this out of here and just kind of get it out of the yard. So I'm going to cap it off down below the grade of the yard, and that we don't have to see it and mow around it. So let's get this thing pulled up out of here and see what it looks like. Like I say, ain't had it out in years and years, so we'll see if it's still any good. So when I ran over this thing, it broke the cap, like I say, backed over it with the excavator. And bent this pipe over, and this is just plastic pipe, but trying to peel her back out of the way. It's a little better. So I'm not sure this will work or not, but I wanted something for the pipe to ride on while I pulled it. And I sure ain't going to build no big fancy jig that's got a bearing and it'll roll. I'm just going to drag it across this. But last time I poured it out, we just poured it across a 55-gallon drum, but had to kind of hold it in place. I feel like I'm just going to drill a couple holes in this and ratchet strap this so it don't roll off while I'm pulling the pipe. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We'll see. Hopefully that hook don't get in the way. There's part of my old cap. Hopefully that'll stay in position. Now I hooked this little chain around it, and then it's got the rope that we had tied on it years ago. I don't trust this not breaking, but we'll see if we can't get it out of there with that chain. The chain's hooked up. The rope, I'm not so sure about, but I'm going to go ahead and tie it around the bucket anyway. We'll see if it, just as a safety precaution. Now hopefully our chain catches before the rope does. I didn't think about the length of it here. Yeah, I believe the chain might catch before the rope does. Okay, so I believe it did. Now that's rusty crusty. Hopefully it don't break. Let's get this thing pulled out of here. I think it's 320 feet is what that pipe is. I can't really remember, but we'll see when we get it out of here. See if our little wheel stays in place. hangs on because I don't think our rope's going to do any good. Much water in it when I was trying to use it. It would always go dry, but quite a bit of water standing in it now, looks like. So right here's where the water was at, apparently. Looks pretty yucky. We still got a ways to go, I'd say. So I'm out here by myself right now, and I can't really see when this is going to come out of here, which I feel like I'm maybe halfway. So I'm just going to keep going and we'll see what happens, you know. I don't know if the pump will bind up right here or if I should be sitting here watching. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. I'm around the back side of my house, I can see that it's still going. I can't see it now. Huh. Sorry, little guy. Well, there's the pump. So I'll look back at the footage. Maybe I didn't do anything to the pump, but we'll pull her up out there and see. Well, there she's out of there. Here's the pump I got. Whatever that is. I think it was a 3/4 horse, 1 horse, I don't remember now. It was a good one, it always worked good, but you can see how nasty this water, mud, whatever is. She's bad. Let's walk this off and see how far it is. So me just counting my steps, I counted 95, and I can't guarantee, you know, the length of my steps obviously, so close to 300 foot is what I walked off of this pipe. I I was thinking the well was like, maybe it was 320, and we stayed up off the bottom a little bit. I can't remember, it's been so long now, but quite a ways down, so at least 300 foot to the bottom. Can't say how clean the water is. Maybe we should look. You know, maybe we'll see one of these GoPros down and see what we can see in there. How deep can a GoPro go before it gets damaged? So maybe we'll find that out. Let's get this unhooked and clean up our mess. All right, so got all the wire pulled out and just laid out and piled up here. So my plan is to use this to run to the shed out here to power it. So I knew I had plenty of it in the ground, wasn't serving me, you know, any purpose whatsoever. So get that out of there and get it to use. But got all this extra pipe laying around. Not sure what to do with this, if there's anything I can use it for, but yeah, I don't know. Just gonna be in the way probably. so we didn't get quite as far as we wanted to with this, but did get the well pump pulled out, got the wire, and we kind of repurposed it back here. So you can see I got it out of the ground here. I'll tie that in here in a little while, and that way I have electricity ran all the way out to the new shop out here, and we'll have a line we can run it here. So I buried the pipe in there too, as well, as you can see, so that way I can either run maybe run natural gas out of it or water. Not sure if you're supposed to run natural gas in those, but I believe it'll work. But yeah, got all this smoothed up a little bit. Needs a little bit more work, but we'll get to that eventually. But just glad to have this this far, and I'll tie this wire in, so finally have electricity out here. Been plugging into an extension cord forever, but yeah, we got our wire and our pipe bearing out to here, so I'm excited to have that. But yeah, we'll also run probably drop a camera down in that well here in the next video and see what that's all about. So been thinking about that since I started filming this video, is kind of see what's down in the bottom of a well. You know, never seen it myself, so I don't know if that water's going to be clear enough to see through or not. I've been letting it settle. That's kind of why I didn't do it right away, is where I pulled the pump, I don't know, it stirred the water up, but maybe to let a lot of that gunk settle out of it, and the water be clear enough to see through. So we'll try to get that here pretty soon as well. So anyway, we got what we could do now, and we'll get on it later. So let's get out here and go on something else.